Stimulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Welcome, everybody, to No Sleep, the podcast. I am AJ Simmons, just 1/4 of your comedy team this evening. And I'm going
1/4. Oh, I suppose counting Shyla, of course. Sorry, Shyla.
Our executive producer. Comedy podcast. I'm going to do a couple comedy jokes.
Oh, comedy jokes. Those are my favorite kind of jokes.
I think you'll like them. Take it from me, folks. I had to learn the hard way that people do not care when you run away from home if you're already 34 years old.
That's true.
Next.
I mean, I think I know some people that would care
Right.
if I ran away from home.
That's true. They'd care quite a lot.
Yes.
All right, next joke.
All right.
I asked AI recently, based on all the information it has access to, whether or not it thought God was real, and it said it was not able to answer the question as asked. Guess I got to pay for the pro plan if I want to figure out the fate of my everlasting soul.
It's true. That'll be like $12 a month.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's it for me, folks.
Right.
Cut to Toll McGrain.
Oh, boy, am I loaded up tonight. Am I loaded up? I got one thing. I was driving. Today's my big southeast route. I was in my favorite city today, Ottumwa. I drove past the KFC, and they had their sign. They had some writing on their sign. It said, Tuesday, 8-piece dark family meal, $20. I was like, wow. What about light families? You know? You're welcome, Earth. Especially in Ottumwa.
Seems like bad marketing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, who are they marketing this to? Who's this for? Yeah. But, yeah. And what else do I got? My dad bod could beat up your dad bod. That was nothing. That led nowhere. I wrote it down.
Did you have anybody in mind when you wrote that?
No, my children, I suppose. And I did last week. I mentioned that I gained weight over the weekend.
Sure.
And then on yesterday I weighed 229 pounds according to our scale. Today, pre-podcast, took a shower, trimmed the beard, 223 pounds.
Bam.
Yeah.
Is this just how much that your clothes weigh?
I think I just have a very dirty beard.
Oh.
Bird's
6
nest.
pounds. Yeah.
Shake the bird's nest out of there.
Yeah.
It makes the
No, because I was naked-ish both times.
Okay.
Okay. So you're getting clean results on that.
I don't know how accurate the scale is.
Yeah.
But it's a digital scale.
I mean, with water retention and stuff, I hear that you can fluctuate easily.
That is
like
true.
5
And
pounds and stuff.
Yesterday I was having some serious stomach problemos, unlike the likes of which I haven't had for quite a while. So that could have been part of it too.
That'll help.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I felt like I was getting ready for a colonoscopy, but I was not.
Yeah. Sometimes you wish that you weighed yourself before you took the shit.
I do it now.
Afterwards, you're like,
Yeah.
oh. Like that one you mentioned in the bathroom last week.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
right.
That one, they should have a scale for.
I would have loved it.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
like
Like a
put it
fish.
Up. Yeah. So you hang it up, hold it up.
What about that one on the
Why is
wall?
he taking that scale in there? Don't ask.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
That's a new record.
Yeah. It's one of his accommodations.
It's a big one. I'm getting this one stuffed.
Yeah.
Taking it to the taxidermist.
Shellac it. Frame it.
Going to use it as your Tinder profile picture.
right.
Yeah.
You put some of those taxidermy teeth in the end
That's
of
right.
it.
Yeah. Some googly eyes.
Yeah.
Some teeth. Perfect.
I think that was record time turd talk, Charlotte. What do you think?
That's what we're changing the name of the podcast to.
Demonetized. We also have a very special guest this evening.
Oh, sweet boy.
Our good, sweet boy friend, Ian Pope.
Are you guys dating? Congratulations.
It's official now. We were trying to keep it under wraps, but
A Freudian slip.
now that you all know,
Our good pal, Ian Pope.
happy
Yes,
to be
sir.
here.
Welcome, Ian.
Excited to be here.
A great
Nice to have you
stand-up
back.
comedian. Does sketches. Does it all, baby.
A real double threat.
Yeah. Our beloved Alex Carter is in a sex cabin
That's right.
somewhere in the wilderness of Wisconsin with his wife. We wish them well.
Glamping away.
Yeah. They are both glampers. We learned that when we went to New Orleans.
That's right. Glamping and clamping.
Yeah. Toll and I were way more outdoorsy than they were.
That's true.
Yeah. We were out
AJ
by
got
the creek.
bit by a bunch of ants and didn't even complain about it.
No, I was having
So,
too much
What the
fun.
hell
to
happened to
complain.
your leg? Yeah, it's like ants. It's like, Jesus Christ.
That's what happens when you go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Carter said, "I told you so."
Yeah.
That's right. That's correct.
Ian Pope. What is there to say about Ian Pope? Where should we start? I did have a note of this. I know you as this personally. I consider you the king of the obscure out-of-state comedy show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love an obscure out of the state comedy show.
Nice.
I want to know, how are you acquiring these gigs?
There is a little outfit called Bar Comedy USA, and they will
wow.
book the most obscure shows imaginable. And they vary in, I don't think anybody would mind me saying this, they vary in quality greatly. You don't know what you're going to get, and oftentimes you'll
Yeah.
drive, 4 hours for a giant question mark, you
Right.
know?
Of course.
And so a lot of these, some have been like the first show they ever had or the second show they ever had, but sometimes you'll get lucky and they've had several shows and they
Right.
sort of know what they're doing, but sometimes they're just figuring it out.
Oh,
So,
of course.
yeah.
But they're like, if I go to Bar Comedy, we can get ourselves a show.
Yeah, Jeremy Danley
Yeah.
book shows, all over the country. And I know this because there's no filter. He'll send out like he's looking for somebody, and
Okay.
you'll see him from Massachusetts or
Yeah.
you want
Wow.
to drive to Cheyenne, Wyoming for $150.
No.
And you're like, yes.
I'll be there.
yeah.
So is this Jared Dog's outfit?
I believe he's the sole proprietor.
Wow,
Yeah, I believe
okay.
I heard.
Oh,
recently.
interesting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's something that I think he started off with like a little thing and realized he sort of had a little cottage industry going.
Yeah.
And you'll meet some, I'll get paired. Like I'll do, be a 2-man show, so I'll do 30 off the top, and then there'll be a headliner. Somebody who has a Bob and Tom credit from
Right.
'87, and
Nice.
lots of these guys, are just so fun to talk to. So those
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
so that's like half the fun too.
Is sometimes those dudes, the old road dogs, I've been like, like I don't give a fuck if they laugh or not as long as I get paid. And you're like, oh, okay, it's fun.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty good experiences overall.
Nice.
There's a guy that I met named Mike Marvell who is from Wisconsin, or up there where the Carters are at, and he fancies himself. I think his moniker is the Couch Commander, and he has just lots of like deep. Did you ever see the Red Green show?
Oh, yeah, I loved
So
it.
lots of red green type Wisconsin boy stuff,
yes.
and so he just comes with that, and it's pretty fun. You meet all sorts out
Nice.
Yeah.
there, but.
Is there anything that would disqualify a gig for you? Because I know you've driven pretty far.
Well, I try to keep it in the 3-hour range now. I try to
Okay,
make it
okay.
so I can
Return that
return, because sometimes you will get a hotel. Like I've had a roadside hotel somewhere down in Missouri, and I was, happy to get the hotel because
Yeah.
it was a little bit further away. And I went through my normal routine. I went back to the hotel,
Whacked off.
the huge, and I get down to my normal, in my shorts, and I hop into bed, and I'm laying there in bed, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna put my pants back on.
Yeah. I can feel, what is this? Yeah.
I know I got too comfortable,
Yeah, yeah.
and so I ended up in a full hoodie, pulled up, on top, basically doing one of these, fully dressed.
Right.
And so.
Like, wait a minute, I jizzed on the other side of the bed.
I just picture you in that Dumb and Dumber heart-shaped jacuzzi tub by yourself. This is the life, brother.
Yep, this is what we signed up for.
Nice.
So is there like a vetting process to get into this this ring?
I wish there would have been more of one, I guess, but here I am. Basically you can submit, I think, on the website, and then like I did like a guest set one time, just the standard thing, you just make sure that you're not too dumb, and then
For sure.
turns you loose. So
Yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff involving comedy, like if you to become a professional comedian, there's also an aspect of willingness to do it.
Oh yeah.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We're like, will you do this? And then you keep doing that, and eventually,
Is your dignity low enough?
right? yeah.
My big personal goal for these shows is to not spend my drive home regretting starting comedy.
Right, right.
If I'm not at that point, then things have gone, pretty
Yeah.
well.
Are you pretty much always like opening/featuring on these ones, or are you ever allowed to like headline some of these bad boys?
Well, the headliners get paid more, and so I wish that was the case. I wish that,
okay.
and so, but I have, after a couple of pairings, sent an email off and been like, "Hey, I think I'm ready to headline.
Yeah.
I think I can handle it.
I think I got the chops.
Yeah, that I'm, 30 minutes I'm pretty happy for, and nobody's really like keeping the light, so I can pretty much do whatever I want.
Right.
I'll do 40 if I'm having fun.
Nice.
And I just appreciate the time to do a longer set.
Yeah.
And sometimes you will get really treated with a great crowd. I don't know. So
Yeah. I wondered about that. That was kind of my next question, was even just going that 3-4 hours out of Des Moines, are you running into any lost in translation type issues with your jokes or anything, like ones that just always killed around here, but
no,
Missouri just didn't get it?
I don't think so. I mean, even like I do a Villisca joke that's a state reference that people around here know, but I can pretty much just like set that up by asking them, do you guys believe in ghosts? And
What's
then
your favorite murder house?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What's your favorite axe murder house within a 2-mile radius of here? So, but like most of them, I mean, I'm just like a dumb stay-at-home dad and who's just having a good time, and so that sort of translates pretty well, I think, a lot of times. So
That's another type of double threat. Dumb stay-at-home dad.
yeah, it's a niche.
That is the niche. That's what we all want.
One of my favorite things about going to these towns is to look up and see what sort of stuff has happened there. And a lot of times it's just some obscure thing because you're in a small town. And so they like cling on to one single piece of history.
Right.
So I went to the town of Okawaka, Illinois, which is, 3 hours from here.
Right.
And, their famous thing was there was an elephant, a circus elephant that was in town like 65 years ago.
Okay.
Named Norma Jean.
Oh, I know about Norma Jean.
Norma Jean,
Yeah.
she's famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she was tied to a tree in the center of town by her trainer, a guy named Possum Red.
Yeah.
And then lightning, lo and behold, struck the tree, killed the circus elephant Norma Jean dead right there in town. Now there's a monument, a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty interesting. If
Yeah.
you guys, do you know that Norma Jean is the real name of Marilyn Monroe?
Yes.
Yeah. Who was supposedly, the conspiracy theory goes that she got killed because she was about to out her affair with President JFK.
Right.
Yeah. Which kind of makes you wonder if JFK was fucking this elephant. Doesn't it?
Leads one to think.
He might have been.
So that about knocked the good folks of Okawaka off their bar stools.
I get up and start running.
Yeah. All 6 of them, I will say.
Wonderful.
We were going up against the rodeo was in town that night.
Ooh, that's rough.
Tough to be up against the rodeo.
That's bad scheduling.
And
right
also
there.
2 separate weddings, apparently.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's half the town.
Those weddings were poorly attended.
Yeah. Well, we were the 4th option
Yeah.
in Okawaka that night.
Hey, still top 5 though.
That's right.
Yeah. Fifth was
The whole city.
yeah.
Yeah. There were
I
just some
did-
guys sitting out on the curb, like not doing
Right.
anything.
That
you
was
know?
the fifth.
That was.
Yeah.
Getting drunk in a parking lot somewhere.
Yeah.
I was on a show in Webster City one time for 4 older women. At the time, they were probably, a couple of them might have been my age, and then maybe their moms. And so it was 4 older, and I was like, we're not going to do this, right? We're going to give these ladies their $15 back and go home,
Yeah.
I assume. No, we kept going.
The show
We
goes
did the
on.
whole show. My buddy did his whole hour, and I was like, all right, there we go.
I mean, that's a soldier right there. I respect that.
yeah. They were good.
Yeah.
They were a good audience, though. I'll give them that. So,
Hey,
they
paid their
enjoyed it.
15.
yeah. And my buddy was all in, doing his whole hour for four women.
Well, if somebody's going to give you a microphone for an hour, you know, in a bar full, I mean, there was a time that I would have just like killed to have a microphone in a bar, not even knowing that like, you know, stand up was a thing.
Right.
I didn't, you know, let's just get a little weird, you know, like sort of just like, you know, calling into shows. That was so fun just to call into a show and be like, oh, I heard my
Were you a
voice. on-"
regular?
No, I mean, I would just, you know, we would sit at the bar at Good Sons a lot of times on Sunday nights, and I would call into the Murph and Andy show.
Yeah.
I would take the bar phone outside, so like everybody inside would be like listening,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you know, and I would just try to keep talking
That is fun.
as much as possible
Yeah.
and try to just be on the air for as long
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
That was my shtick, but
We got Ian at Mickey Finn's. What do you have to say, Ian? Rah, 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 rah.
sports. I would just repeat things that my buddy Tommy had told me. Tommy's a sports writer.
Oh, I
and
know Tommy.
Sometimes he would leak me a scoop that like he wasn't really supposed to publicize, and I would
Right.
try to like leak information
Oh,
for it, you know.
nice.
So he didn't always
Hell yeah.
appreciate that.
Gonna get me fired, man. I think it's cool that you get out there and actually like take these shots though, you know, and do these, because I think those are the shows that you wind up learning the most from anyway, because they're just completely out of your comfort zone. Like going to the Beechwood or something, which is an open mic that everyone goes to here in Des Moines. That feels so comfortable now that, not that there's no stakes, because you never want to bomb, I guess, but you do see people like taking it easy.
Yeah.
Whereas like a show, I don't know, even to this day, even if I am going into it knowing that there's probably going to be like 10 people there, I'm still like, you know, I have my notes on the dash.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
trying
I'm
to-
like that every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
At a mic, a lot of times it feels like cramming for a test because you have all these just like sort of notes that you've taken around, and you're like, I'm going to be put on the test for these.
Yeah.
And got to figure out how to try to make this dog shit work.
Yeah,
That's right.
I got to polish this turd up.
Yeah.
Polish this prize turd up.
Yeah, got to taxidermy this turd.
Hang it on the wall. No,
I
that's
love
the
it.
fun of it though, is getting out and some people and you don't know, like it'll be like an older crowd or a crowd from a different state or
Yeah.
there was a town of Leavenworth, Kansas, and I don't remember the name of the town that I was in, but it was a smaller town adjacent to Leavenworth.
Okay.
That, you know, so, and Leavenworth is a 3 prison town.
Levin worthless.
Yeah. Everybody at the bar.
Hit it,
I thought that
child.
might have been like a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, the entire town around there it is, was all propped up by the prison complex.
Right.
So it was all just like jailers and lawyers and cops
Gotcha.
at the show.
Bail bondsman.
The bail bondsman. The bar was owned by a lawyer, and the lady who was bartending was his like, you know, secretary.
Right. They'd love a murder house joke.
They did love a murder
Yeah.
house joke. Yeah. They, but it was, you know, things like that. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, Ed Burroughs was on that show. The show was on a second story, you know, second floor. So we all had to get a team of horses to haul Ed up to the top floor.
Yeah.
And
So is Ed kind of in that circuit a little bit too with you?
Ed is
all?
a headliner. Ed
Oh,
is,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So he gets the extra $100 and
Nice.
yeah.
And unlimited Slurpees at the bar.
Unlimited Slurpees at the bar. Yeah. 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 Sometimes you can get an extra $25 if you bring sound.
Oh.
Oh,
So
wow.
I hope I'm not telling too much out of school here. This is all fun stuff.
No.
that I love. So
I've done a small town show where we had no sound.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty
Just like
exciting.
acapella.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And it was packed. They were sitting,
Oh my God.
It was like bench seating, picnic tables, full. And we had no sound.
That's awesome.
We got chased out of the town also. It was a whole thing. I won't regale that entire story. That was me. Yeah. Yeah.
That is, I mean, you got to have the sound.
Yeah. We were like, oh. And then it was a payment thing at the end. I was like, yo, we just did this show with no sound.
Yeah,
And now we're-
like a barbershop
Yeah.
quartet.
Yeah.
We had an
Still held the mic though.
right. No,
And I did.
you have to. Yeah.
Was there a cord or was
There,
it
I
just,
believe there was. Yeah.
okay, it just wasn't plugged in, just running off.
There was
to the
nothing
side.
to plug it because we had the speaker and the mic. We just didn't have any.
Somebody
any of
forgot the
cords.
power cord,
Yeah, yep.
basically. Yeah. Perry's show that was at Truman's
Oh yeah.
had a wireless microphone, and it was an ambush show. And sometimes there would be. I
Oh,
did it
man.
maybe 3 times, but one time it was a totally full restaurant.
Oh, my
Nobody
God.
was expecting a show. The wireless microphone dies about like 2 minutes into my like 20 I was supposed to do. So I literally am just going booth to booth, just screaming at families eating.
Oh, my God.
Eating pizza dinner. It was yeah. Somehow that is like more frightening,
yeah,
than a guy with
absolutely.
a microphone.
Oh,
Were you
man.
still holding the microphone? While,
I don't remember if I put it down for a while, which made it even scarier.
What is this
Yeah.
guy doing?
Yeah, it's just a lunatic
Yeah.
at that point,
yeah, because I guess it makes sense to hold on to the microphone because it does. It's almost like a briefcase or something.
Yeah.
It like exudes a certain amount of like you're supposed to be doing this.
It's like
dudes
carrying a
that do
ladder.
it with like
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr does it with like the earpiece thing.
Yeah, like the in sync
Yeah.
headset.
It feels more like you're giving. It looks more like you're giving a lecture that way. I feel like. or
Yeah,
something.
I think it's. I don't even like the wireless mic. I like.
I like having the wire. Too.
I like having the cord. The wireless mic just feels not quite right.
And they always fail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even someone's like, "I've got the one." You don't have the one. Like you don't,
Yeah.
you don't have it. The good ones must cost a ton, though. Like the ones that they use at the Civic Center or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's probably backups on backups, or
Right.
some kind of fail safe for all of that.
Yeah.
You'd assume. Yeah.
How
Corded
is-
mics go all the way. That's what we say.
That's right. We love. Yep. How is stand up these days? I haven't done it since January.
Yeah. Not once.
Not once.
No way.
It's true.
And I got news for you. That means you get it.
That's why I like the wires on my microphone.
But you've been writing notes
Writing
studiously per
nonstop.
usual. You flip through the old notebooks sometimes, and
I look. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look. Yeah.
when are you going to come back?
Possibly this week because I got a show October 4th at the Beechwood,
Hell yeah.
and maybe a show the next night out of town.
Whoa.
Back to back.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah,
You're going to want to get some tea after that first one. Keep the pipes.
that's right. Ooh,
Yeah.
Keep the pipes fresh.
little
Warm
honey.
Yeah.
a lemon. Yeah, I'll be all worn out from my 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got news for you. That means you get it.
Just screaming for 7 minutes straight.
That is my. I think I kind of became a little bit of a screaming guy. I think I'm going to stick with that. Be a screaming guy.
Yeah. You and Matt Lamb. Matt Lamb, that's been his wave lately.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it like
stealing my bit.
almost
Right.
Nirvana style where it sort of starts a little quiet and then it just goes to like
Yeah.
full distortion,
Yeah.
rock and roll, screaming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. And also just like evolution in general. Just like, if you're here, you're just like trying something new, like going
Right.
for the screaming or,
Yeah.
you got to just keep,
Try an impression if you haven't.
well,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
I mean, yeah. And my life has so utterly and completely changed since I was doing stand up regularly.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be some new business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Hopefully
think
it doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you probably have enough just to completely start like not
Yeah.
even look at the old shit.
I know.
Unthinkable.
Right.
Shiloh laughs. And
Yeah, Toll not doing his old shit. Right.
Well, the evolution is sometimes it can be forced upon you. Sometimes you can have it. And I'll tell you, I won't say the name, but we know somebody who is like currently importing a wife.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
boxing her up, shipping her. He said cost
Foreigner or robot?
Well, I believe she's a human. I don't have that. I believe so. It costs apparently at least $10,000 to have a wife imported these days.
Wow.
And
That's not that much, really.
no, it seems sort of
Cheap,
reasonable.
yeah.
Yeah. that'd
Less
be-
than a car.
Yeah, so that'd be like a bad used car price.
Right. Yeah, and that includes like lawyer fees. I mean, you want to get the oil changed, a few things, run it by a mechanic.
This is someone we know, you said?
Yeah.
Really? I feel like I haven't heard.
I don't think it's my news to share.
Yeah, no,
so
right.
I won't share it. But
I got myself an 89 Yugo.
yeah. But this individual, I think, is sort of on the same path to looking forward to kind of a new turn of their evolution
Yeah.
because now it'll be kind of a new thing for
There you
them.
go.
Gonna hit the married material now. Or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Now that he's
yeah.
got a.
Yeah. This bitch, that sort of thing. That's like the state.
The old ball and chain
Yeah.
material.
I paid $10,000 to get her imported. What does it cost to send her back?
Importing. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think that's the technical word, by the way.
No, I think that
don't-
there's willingness on both ends, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like import, export,
Right.
it makes it sound very official.
Right.
Yeah. Makes it sound economic. Yeah.
It's trade.
Yeah. Interesting.
$10,000, huh? You should look into that, AJ.
I think most of that is
I just
legal
need
fees
$10,000.
at Tobocop.
Yeah. Venmo toll to give
Yeah.
me $10,000.
Give Sarah a break. Send me $10,000.
Damn. Yeah, there's been a few times I've tried to like evolve my comedy act. At one point I was very, very jokey when I first started. You know what I mean? Like really, really short, like 15-second jokes, and that was just all of them. I still do some of those, but I've tried to expand them into like a little bit more of a story. Just because you realize quickly that if you're doing all very short jokes, it's like incredibly hard to remember
It
everything.
is very.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
your set list for 5 minutes is like this long.
Right.
Right.
But anytime I've ever tried to do like an impression, I just instantly like you can't doubt yourself when you're doing it.
Right.
And if you do, it's just going to be so bad. And every time I've ever tried, it's just a fucking nightmare.
Same. 100% same. Because like deep down, I know it's not a great impression
Right.
or whatever, but I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. You just have to go for it.
Yeah.
Then I'm like,
Don't listen to the voice in your head.
no,
Come
the
on.
underlying doubt will always surface in an impression.
Yeah. It's one of those things, I envy that, or even like the high energy kind of yelling stuff. I'm like, I can't bring it up out of myself. I have to be like cut off in a Walmart parking lot in order to tap
Yeah, you
into
aren't
that.
really. Yeah.
I don't have it.
No.
Part
That's
of
not
it
a
is
bad
just
thing.
like, being yourself as much as possible. So
Yeah. Were you just the way you are now from like the moment you started stand up more or less?
I did very like slow talking for a while, just like almost insanely slow. A lot of that was just because I was like so nervous. And so I just like wanted to say the words in like a regular pace. But if you listen back, which I never would, it would, it was just like insanely slow, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably better than what a lot of people do, which is just bulldozing through all the material, talking so fast.
That's what you were trying to avoid.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah, and also like I didn't really have a lot, so I was also just like giving myself time to think, and like things were moving really fast in the beginning, so I was just trying to like slow down so I could like
Yeah.
maybe try to let my brain do some work, which was just totally impossible.
Yeah.
Just like getting off from a mic at Lefties and just being like, I don't even know what happened, right? Time travel, 5 minutes would feel like 5 seconds.
Right.
It was just all moving so fast. That's
Yeah.
all that I really remember.
How long have you been at it now?
Well, I started with the first open mic I went to was in 2016.
Okay.
It was the day after the election because I was just like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that I was like, what better time?
More true than ever, baby. Yeah.
I've been pretty sure ever since. It's just taken longer than I expected. Yeah. So, but that was all the way in Cedar Rapids at Penguins. I would drive out there on Wednesday night and then drive home. And then I would oftentimes wait like a month between.
Yeah.
Because I was just like thinking about
Let 'em
that
miss
one.
you.
Well, yeah, right. At one time, one of the bartenders goes, there's a mic in Des Moines, right? And like he was basically telling me not to come back anymore.
You don't have to do this, right?
Right. Yeah. You can do this somewhere else.
You got a mic in your own town. By the way.
Right. Yeah.
There is people you do want to say that to, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I was talking to, I think it was David Kilbride at this last week's Beechwood mic, where I was just kind of leaning over, talking to him in the back there. And I'm like, no matter how much time I spent kind of resenting comedy when I was running a comedy club for a while there, just because of the oversaturation of just being around it all the time,
Right.
even if it was like my favorite thing in the world, which stand-up kind of was, at some point you're like, I'm good,
Yeah.
But the thing that I always love about stand-up is watching people do it for the first time, because you're watching a person's entire sort of construction of what like they think the world will perceive of them.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
like my whole life I've believed I was funny, and everyone I know has told me I was funny. And you watch them go up and one of two things happens. Either they're like utterly destroyed, as in you can tell they've rethought everything they've ever thought in their entire life, or it goes terribly, but you can watch them walk off stage and be like, they're going to go home and tell everyone they know that they did great.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like these two, it's like you're watching the delusion come in and be destroyed, or you're watching it be totally like bolstered.
Oh, yeah. Or if they came in with like 15 people they know.
With the friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
And
friends.
whether or not they did well, that's just what they're going to be hearing all night
Oh,
long.
yeah.
Yeah.
He fucking killed it, man.
Right. And the friends obviously just turn it up for them
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So they're just like crushing with this table and then don't know what else is happening. anywhere else.
Of course. Yeah. But like watching that happen, I'm sure some of it's like Schadenfreude or whatever it is. So maybe it's not a good thing, but it is fascinating just to watch like the collision of like the reality of the outside world and then like a person's inner thoughts coming out to the surface, because unless they're stealing jokes out of a joke book or something, they're like, these are what they think are funny.
Yeah.
Sure. And that has been done
Or they
before.
did steal jokes out of a joke book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been done.
Yeah. Yeah, you could always tell when someone brought in a bunch of friends at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would be just like one section of the room laughing as if it was literally like the first time a joke had ever been told, like just blowing people's minds. And then the rest of the room being like,
And then they don't laugh at anything else.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. They're not entertained by anything else
Yeah.
they see that night.
Yeah. Everybody sucked but you.
Well, like part of me is almost jealous because when I first went to open mics, I brought one friend the first time I did it. And otherwise I was like, I don't want anyone to see me doing
Right.
this because I just know it's going to be, I thought I was going to do okay, but was likely going to do terribly. So I was like, please God, or these people are kind of brilliant where it's like,
Dude, the first time I did stand up, I talk about how it was pretty good, but I also had like people I didn't even know very well came out to see me do stand up the first time. And I was like,
There was
what?
anticipation.
Friends of friends. Yeah. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
did you
Yeah.
like let the world know on Facebook or something? That
I
you were
knew
gonna
my
do it?
friends knew I was going to. It was something that I wanted to do for so long. I didn't know you could just go do it. And then when I realized this, my buddy was like, yeah, I got a friend who is Wes that does this. I was like, holy shit.
Putting
Like,
butts
I
in
guess
seats.
I'm going to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was supposed to do 5 minutes. I did like 10 minutes. Just kept going. I threw my notes away. I was drunk. I was fucking killing it, dude. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Working the crowd.
Yes, sir.
Hit the
Working my
dance
crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We had far different experiences.
yeah. Oh man. Literally one of my
Yeah,
one of
it
my
was awesome.
one of my heroes was essentially like in the crowd the first time I did stand up, and he watched me have the worst set in North America that night, you know? Like a dude I had looked up to, he was like a couple years older than me in like the music world, recorded one of my bands, and he just like happened to be there, and I was like, oh.
Was your first one at Last Laugh?
First one ever, at Last Laugh. And it was so funny because I just remember having this whole like vision / fantasy of like how it was going to play out.
Right.
You know, where I was like, okay, I'm going to go up, I'm going to hit him with this to let him know this guy's means business.
Yeah.
And I went up and hit the line. I mean, less than silence.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Where you hear that?
yeah. I mean, like you hear someone's stomach rumbling in the background somewhere. And then instantly just like all the blood like rushing to my face and head, you know, like ears like getting hot. You know?
Yeah. What possessed you guys to do it in the first place?
I think it was podcasts, because at that point I was working at an office job and podcasting was huge now, because this was like 2016. So like Serial, that like true crime podcast was out, but then also like Bill Burr's podcast was big. And I just remember a lot of the comedy ones I was listening to were all kind of stand-up comedians running these things.
Right.
And I liked stand-up comedy, but never even considered doing it myself. And then I think I just heard enough of them talking shop about comedy that it made it seem like approachable to me.
Right.
And then I was like, all right, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I watched an open mic at Last Laugh one time, like the week before. And I was like, I'm definitely better than at least 50% of the people here.
Right.
Which was incorrect, by the way. You realize that even the people who you think suck, when you at least
if they've been doing it a while, they're
yeah, like they're sucking. Like you don't know the depths of sucking. You can go, because there's a difference between like sort of politely bombing, I guess, where it's like, oh, it's not like great. You get a couple laughs, like that's one kind of sucking, and there's another thing when you're going up and just like removing the oxygen from the room.
Yes. Aggressively sucking.
Yes, where people are like, damn. I didn't even know life could be like this, you know?
Yeah. I regret being here right now.
Yeah. I'm questioning everything.
Yeah.
What about you two? What compelled you?
I had always wanted to. I was very nervous to do it. Didn't know of a way to do it. Never really looked into it, I guess. And then I went to radio broadcasting school.
Famously.
Essentially to give myself the courage to do stand-up.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of why.
It was part of the plan?
Well, it was sort of like, if I can do this, then I can talk in front of people without feeling so terrified. And when not long after I came back from that, went through a breakup and stuff, and then figured out that I could just go do it at Billy Joe's Picture Show.
Right.
At the open mic.
Dang.
And there I went.
I'm sad about missing out on Billy Joe's on those
cool.
days, and even Last Laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same place too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was interesting that it wound up working out that way.
Yeah.
So interesting that I have nothing else to say.
It was interesting. Billy Joe's disappeared. It actually came back once as Billy Joe's.
Oh.
Just for karaoke, and then they did stand up again.
I do think that like starting stand up is just one of those things, like once that little thought gets in your head,
Yeah.
then it just will either just stay there and it keep like pestering you. That's
Yep.
sort of how I felt. Like it was just there and it was pestering me. But then once I found out that like there was an avenue, then I at least approached it. I kind of had the sense that I wanted it to be sustainable from the beginning.
Right.
So I didn't just like dive in right away, because I knew that like, for one, just like fully changing my lifestyle and taking on a new hobby like to the maximum right away was going to cause problems as far as like longevity and the ability to do it a long time. So I mean, does that make sense? It's
You were thinking long.
You didn't have
long
any.
game.
So 9 years ago, how old is your oldest?
8. Yeah. I didn't have any kids or anything, but I was just like there's a lot of, I mean, first of all, just staying focused on one thing is hard.
Right.
I didn't really know that was going to be anything more than just like an itch.
Right.
But I was also just like, if I just start going to open mics all the time, it's going to cause like problems in my, family relationship. Just, I mean, I was, relatively, not that sober back then, I was, so.
I was gonna say, yeah, I did.
You're in
I
good
was
company.
like, I'm all in, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be famous in no time.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just like, 10 years later, it's like, buddy, hey, now you're an alcoholic and you're not famous at all. Like,
You're
cool.
famously an alcoholic.
In town, yes. Yes, well-known alcoholic,
Yeah.
Tom McGrain.
Yes, but look at my turd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
You also could, but I mean, like when you could only do it once a week. There was only one option when I
Yeah.
started,
True.
and then there became two options.
It's kind of like if you want to, let's see. I don't know. I don't have any good analogy here to say. Never mind.
Start. Yeah, I don't know what the good analogy is.
Huh. Well, a thought that I had in relation to it, to what we were just talking about, just all of this, I guess, is that I think maybe there's some amount of people that have no desire or interest in knowing like what the wider world thinks of them. But when you're talking about that nagging thing in people's heads, even people who have never had maybe the dream to be specifically a stand-up comedian, I think there are a lot of people that are sort of attracted like a bug zapper light to wanting to know what a room full of strangers thinks about their thoughts.
Right.
Kind of,
Yeah.
you know? I see a lot of those type of people coming out where I'm like, I don't know if stand-up was even the dream, more just like,
You have to listen to me now.
yeah, and like kind
What
of
do you think?
the fucking around and finding out element of it.
Yeah.
Because it is like the risk is probably what makes it some of the more fascinating parts of it, is knowing that no one's compelled to laugh if they don't want to. Or,
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy thing to do in the grand scheme of things, but
It is. It's a strange form of entertainment. Just a person standing there trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, and uniquely American as well, at least like this iteration of it, you know. Obviously, there's been different flavors of whatever, people who were probably talking shit around the TP or like whatever, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, or like
Court jesters,
yeah, storytellers, things
Right.
like that.
yeah, there is
The
I mean,
spoken word.
a lot of stand up in Australia these days, you know, and I think that would be pretty much one of the coolest things of all time, to go on
Hell
like
yeah.
a little tour with the bros to Australia.
Oh yeah,
I really can't think of anything that would possibly be cooler than that.
and a lot of
No.
comedians have. It seems to be one of those major like international stops for stand-ups. A lot of them wind up going to Australia. It seems like.
Well, if you can find, Australia, I think it would work about anywhere. I don't know how much their sense of humor differs from ours, but like, even you hear about people doing stand up in fucking China, and Korea, and Japan,
Yeah.
just about anywhere that you can.
There
get
are some
into.
American clubs over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I think that most recently that Sam
X-Files
Talent was
and
over
shit.
there doing a little run
That's
of
right.
shows.
Yeah.
But I always just figured that was just like him on the street corner, just doing it for the the love of the game, you know?
Busking, doing stand-up.
Right. Yeah.
Well, he had one of his specials wasn't one of his specials in like Germany,
Boy, I don't
where
know.
he's outdoors. Am I crazy to say that? Maybe I am.
I remember one that was in like sort of like a long, shallow, almost like a coffee house type of thing with a lot of people sitting around
Yeah.
there. And that one might have been like even on like a Showtime release or
Right.
something like that. Is that
Yeah.
crazy? Is that?
No, I think
that's
you're.
right.
You might be right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know anything about it. So
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you have some of that that vagabond spirit yourself, Mr. Pope.
I love it. I love the road.
You want to go to Croatia and do a stand-up show.
Okay. Is this crazy? Like, I would rather, if I had the choice to like pop off here or abroad, like I would pick abroad. for sure.
I always prefer to pop off on a broad.
Yeah, when in doubt. You know,
Okay, show's over.
Shiloh pulled the plug 30 minutes ago after the turd taxidermy.
yeah.
Yeah, she hit the kill
Wouldn't that
switch.
be great?
Yeah.
Just like be like, nobody here in America knows or cares anything about me at all. But
Yeah.
in Croatia, like
Yeah.
It'd
I'm the
be
fucking man.
Like that
You're Stallone of Croatia.
yeah.
Full House where Jesse has a hit song in Japan.
Oh yeah. What's his face? Drunk eating cheeseburger on the floor.
Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff is like a huge
Germany.
German
Yeah.
musicians
Yep.
sort of thing.
Oh.
Which music wise, I'm like, I don't know a single Hasselhoff song.
No, and then I always thought the Baywatch theme was Hasselhoff because he was a musician, but it wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
I don't think that the Germans are known as like dynamos of culture.
No,
you know, like
taste-wise.
tastemakers of the world. You know, they kind of take what they get.
Known
over
for
there.
being hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good sense of humor.
That's their whole thing. They are, you know, inadvertently responsible for a lot of the jokes told at open mics. So
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a deep one. Yeah. No, that's a move. Even with it's happened with certain bands and like musicians where they got big outside of the U.S. first, and it bled like the popularity that they had outside of the country made them almost like more chic and cool within the U.S. when they did finally like break through,
Right.
Because they were almost like European.
right, yeah.
Well, there's that guy. He's married to another comedian, white hair, Des Bishop. I think he started in China.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then came over here. Now he's doing okay. As far as like his wife is more famous than he is, I think.
Starting in China would have to be one of the hardest things to possibly
I can't
do.
even. I was like, "What is this story? What?" Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You thought Des Moines was bad.
yeah.
Yeah, China be a little tough.
yeah.
Seems like every other country is a little bit more multilingual than we are, though.
They are indeed. I do many of them.
Yeah.
I don't know about England. I think England is pretty much. They are all English speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, just different dialects over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
How many marbles you have in your mouth?
right. Australians, you think they speak a lot of languages? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's a white
Yeah.
person problem.
It might be. It might be.
I think they speak like, what do they speak in New Zealand? They speak something down there,
They speak
right?
English, don't
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have
Yeah.
it's a slightly different accent from Australian.
Yeah, it's definitely a little different.
Because I think of, Flight of the Conchords, those guys.
Yeah.
They're New Zealand guys.
Okay. I know dreadfully little about the world.
I believe Maori culture is the big thing in New Zealand.
It
Like,
is,
that's like
yeah.
the indigenous culture,
Yep.
I think.
Oh.
They do like the hakas and
Yeah.
those dances and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Taika, if he's.
Waititi.
Yeah. So I suppose. But I bet they're not. I don't know. What am I
Yeah.
talking about?
Let's cast aspersions. on
Yeah.
Various,
Those fucking
no way
assholes.
they talk any
Yeah.
languages.
Yeah.
Just projecting ourselves on. Yeah.
My the 7-year-old is constantly asking me how to say things in Spanish, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
No say.
like I got some of it. Like the early questions, I was like, oh yeah, I know what that is.
Muy bien.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah. I've got random phrases though, like saca la basura, take out the trash, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
random things. I learned more Spanish working in a restaurant than I ever did in Spanish class,
sure,
you know?
for sure.
And I
It's
think a
all
lot
about
of people-
immersion, you know?
It is. Get in the culture. Their culture was eat this thing I made before I give you the food I want or else. That was their big game back there.
Right.
Were you in the kitchen? Were you chefing up?
I just worked at Mustard, so it wasn't even like
Mustards,
really
yeah.
working at a restaurant. There was no taking orders. Like you just basically ran the food out and then picked up the
Ordered up
dishes.
front.
Yeah, ordered
Yeah.
up front. So it was like a junior
What a
restaurant
weird
experience.
place Mustards was.
Yeah.
It was around for quite a while.
Yeah, several
That's
different generations
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
a bummer that it's gone.
2 separate owners, both named Sam Smith.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Strange.
Yeah. But they had a good run. That was very close to my house for a while, so that was my home bar.
Right.
And
near your home barn.
Yes, right.
right.
Down the street from the barn. So,
oh yeah, remember that?
yep.
Living in the barn.
Yeah, that was kind of my friend Matt McCormick is one of the reasons why I started stand up, just because we just used to sit at that bar drinking Jameson for days and just laughing our asses off. So shout out Matt.
Fantastic.
Was he like, you got to do this?
No,
Sort of
he was
encouraged you?
he was just so funny that I was like, I mean, he just inspired me with how funny he was. Like he was just so funny, man. He is so funny as hell. It's like a lot of the funniest people that just have no desire to do stand up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Matt is just so funny and just has, I mean, behind the bar funny, sitting at the bar with you funny.
Yeah.
So
I'm funny if I'm your friend or if there's a group. But one-on-one, if I don't know you very well, people are like, this guy thinks he's fucking funny.
takes a lot of
fuck outta
work.
here.
Yeah. One-on-one is a lot of work.
He's not even friendly.
A lot of comedians aren't, though.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians are pretty, I don't want to say like totally antisocial, but definitely like introverted, I think, at least in like public situations.
Yeah, it's their chance to kind of let it all out or have the interaction the way that they want to in a controlled environment.
Right. It's a control freak's dream, stand-up comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Throw them out of here.
I've never tried to get anyone. Maybe that's not true. Trying to get somebody thrown out during a set.
Have you ever chased someone out with words? Like not just a bad joke walking them, but like you get into like a little bit of a thing and then they leave in a huff.
I never.
Yeah.
I've seen people leave in huffs just at my actual jokes.
The grilled cheese joke, right?
Yeah, that's one of them. Seen girlfriends leaving huffs. I'd be like, what? And I'd get off. I'd be like, where'd she go?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. She left during your set.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Like that wasn't about you. It's about like general. Like
This is
general-
art.
Yeah. There's exaggeration in art, you know?
You're looking up words. That was a simile. That was a metaphor that you would never understand.
I wrote that before I ever met you, baby.
Yeah. It was true.
That was true.
Specifically.
That's probably what you said when you got home.
Yeah.
And she was sitting there with a single lamp on like that, sitting in the chair. Just, you want to talk about what you did tonight?
Yeah. That is, I had to, there was some explaining to do. Actually, kind of on both ends, because I was like, are you kidding me? You left?
Right.
Like, what? Have we met? Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think you're dealing with here?
Yeah. I was killing.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
was killing.
Yeah.
And you could not have just blindsided her with this,
It was, but it might have been it was certainly in part the grilled cheese joke.
Yeah. That that tests even the strongest constitution comedically. I'm always shocked at the amount of people that will bring clearly like first dates to open mics.
Wow.
I still see it happening all the time, and it's people who have been doing stand up for years, and I'm like, an open mic is Russian roulette when it comes to how sets are going to go anyway.
Right.
Like save it for a show, maybe.
Right.
You can show off your chops.
I used to be like, are you sure about this?
Yeah.
But a lot of times that was one of the great things about comedy was kind of meeting ladies too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of comedians would disagree with that, but it was all right for me sometimes. So then they knew from the get-go.
I think comedy's a great way to meet autistic dudes.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And
Fantastic.
that is, I love that.
Yes.
You have a battalion of them now.
Yeah, just in abundance. More,
A
yeah.
militia.
Yeah, even bringing your coworkers is a crazy move.
Yeah.
really anybody whose opinion you value.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody who might respect you a little now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might like even to this, like I'll tell coworkers I have a show. I'm certainly not encouraging them to come. You know what I mean?
Like, this is where I'll be tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And I don't like, there's a lot of my coworkers are active podcast listeners. Shout out to Peasy and Tyler and Jeff. I don't know who, I think they're the guys that are listening every time for the most part.
They're in the militia.
They are for sure. And I'm like, I don't tell them to listen to it. In fact, I'm like, what are you fucking doing, you weirdos?
I don't even listen to it.
Not even listening right now.
Yeah, where am I? What is this?
Well, good on them.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, they think you're a star, baby.
Yeah.
We had a couple clips do a couple hundred likes on one of
That's,
them.
that's right.
But what a great way, too, because they know you so well
Yeah.
through this.
That is true. And when
Little
you
too
run
well.
into someone that does listen regularly, or one of your friends, like, I don't even think, I'm like, oh, they like, we get pretty intimate on here sometimes. I mean, like,
One
Yeah.
could say.
dropping a lot of info
Right.
about ourselves, where regular listeners be like, oh, yeah, remember? Blah, 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 blah. Your baby pooped on your hand or whatever. And be like, oh, yeah.
That's probably one of the most mild ones.
Yes, for sure.
Mild examples you could have used,
Yes,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I could play it more like old AC, Alex.
Yeah.
He more sits and laughs at our tragedies.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a businessman
He is
about
indeed.
town,
Yeah.
He is indeed. He's got his eyes on the future.
Yes.
Whereas I'm like, there is no future, Alex. Don't fucking worry about
It
it.
is only the present.
That's right.
It is only the podcast live on the internet right now. It's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, it is wild. It probably changed things to have I think that you guys have talked about this, but have the video version out there. It kind of changes the voice.
Yeah, it
the voice
does.
aspect.
And we can start repeating ourselves once again.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to go
Fantastic.
back to the oldies.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. The video has been a whole hurdle for me, like self-esteem wise, personally, I'm like, why does my jaw do that when I talk?
Yeah.
Just like weird little things.
Sure. As far as stand-ups go, I would say that, like, with the guys in the podcast who are listening, it's like I would say anything to any of the folks from the local scene. Like, I would feel comfortable trying any joke
Right. Yeah.
on them and feel basically no shame, but like I would not try a lot of that stuff on a regular person.
No, absolutely not.
Like the bar is so low.
Also,
I mean,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, because I do value the opinions. It's not about that. It's about just like I've seen you guys say, much dumber shit than this.
Yes.
Like I could say anything around
For
you guys.
sure.
This
because-
is even touching the top 100.
right. Exactly. Yeah.
And the stuff I would say that I would say worse stuff at open mics than I even would on the podcast.
Yeah. I
Oh,
agree
for
with that.
sure. Right. Yeah.
It's a little self-contained where the podcast, the internet is kind of forever. And
Right.
you do have to accept that.
Not that every single time I leave this building, I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
Googly eyes on a turd. No, come on. Come on.
I do love that it's every time though.
It is.
It's not just
Yeah.
sometimes,
No.
once in a while. It's every time.
So far, so good tonight, though.
Yeah. It's mainly been industry talk, A little industry talk. And sometimes I wonder, like I'll listen to other comedy podcasts with stand-ups, and anytime it even veers slightly into talking about stand-up, like the craft or whatever, they instantly will want to get out of it. But I feel like when I wasn't doing stand up myself, it was interesting to me
Right.
to hear a little bit about.
We're not really talking about the craft
No,
of it either.
not the joke
Yeah.
writing side
No.
of it.
If it was about like the structure of writing jokes, I would tune out also.
Yes.
Like I just like that's like the school aspect that it has no
I
like
guess I'll get rid of this sheet.
Sure.
then.
like I heard somebody say the other day the 4 tenets of joke writing.
Oh God.
I don't even know.
I cannot know that information.
No.
Like, I don't want it.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to write a joke.
No.
You just write one.
Right.
And a lot of stuff I was like, so we are getting into it, I guess. But like when you talk about like, if you were, you could not, it would, trying a joke, like a stand-up joke
Here we go.
on a normal person, they would be like, what even is this?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it
They would
doesn't
think
make
you were a
sense
psycho.
without an audience where
Right.
it's like, what are you even talking about?
Right.
Like it does. It's like not like a one-on-one joke most of the time.
The amount of times I've tried to take stuff that was funny in person with people,
Right.
like killed, where
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's no way this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
It never works in stand up.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And then, like the stand up does not transfer to just, you look like a psycho. If
Yeah.
you're like, even just trying to set up a regular joke.
Mm-hmm.
The context of being at the thing, that was the beauty of the comedy club, was that like it was literally on the sign on the door as you're like walking in, where it's like you're already setting the expectation of we're gonna try.
All right.
Yep.
This is what you came for.
Technically.
Can I tell you guys a story about one of these interactions that happened to me recently?
Yes,
please.
please
If you
do.
wouldn't mind. I was at I bombed socially just in the worst way because I tried to joke around some normal people, and this was a joke, it was a lighthearted joke that I made to a group of people that I just met. It was like 4 people standing around. Nobody's really talking, I'm gonna break the ice,
Let the comedian do some work.
Yeah, just stand back and watch this. So I told him a very lighthearted joke about committing an act of domestic terrorism on a local data center.
All right.
And nobody liked that at all.
Amazing. The best.
Yeah, it was awful. It was not good. That's not what people want to talk about at the end of a 5K. Not at all.
What'd you do after?
Well, I sort of stayed there waiting to get back in the jump rope, because
Yeah.
they all did the thing where, like when you say something really dumb in a group and like they all stop and look at you at the same time and like just
Okay.
like time freezes.
Yeah.
And then they all turn back to their conversation and just
Right.
continue like a new one, like you weren't even there.
Right.
We'd rather have silence now.
Yeah.
Than,
So I was like waiting for my moment and I chimed back in. I was going to save it. I was like, that if you do the domestic terrorism correctly, nobody will get hurt. Like if you do it at night.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Then I just said, enjoy that water while it lasts, Denise. And I knocked it. Ran out of there. Ran 5 more K. Getting the fuck out of there. So that was awful. I'll probably won't stop thinking about that until the next big one.
Right.
That
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just one of those ones that sticks with you.
Oh yeah. I love those.
So
Where you bomb a joke so hard just amongst the regular folk trying to be funny. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it happened 9,000 times when I worked my office job.
Yeah.
Just because I was like new into stand up. So everything in my mind was about like, I'm like, everything can be a joke, which isn't wrong in a way, but you realize quickly, or at least I did, that not everything is worth writing about. Like if you don't have some shred of inspiration somewhere in there or some interesting angle on it, maybe don't or whatever. And I remember being out by like the smoking trash can or whatever with like, it was my boss and a few other people. And we were kind of comfortable enough, it seemed like at that point, that someone, it wasn't even like I was going to try to thread it into a joke, but someone had told me that the reason why all the dicks are real small on like Greek statues is because that's what your penis would look like before going into war. It would be all like little dicked because your adrenaline and all that.
Yeah.
And so that's why they chose to make the penises so small. And so I started it with that, like that factoid, and everyone just went, just like bodies slowly turning.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. Anyway,
fuck is this guy?
I didn't have the confidence to see it through, or where I was like, don't even remember where I was headed with it, but I was like, they're gonna love this one,
Yeah.
and they did not.
I can't think of any specifics for myself, but I know that like I'll be back in the drinking days, if I'm like on a roll, and then I'm like, oh, I get increasingly dirty amongst people that wouldn't normally appreciate this kind of humor. They're laughing, and then I'll be like, all right.
Time
They're
for the
liking
grilled
this.
cheese.
And then I'll just take it a step too far where everybody's like, oh. And then I'm like, ha! And they're like, let's leave.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So there's the line. Right? That was it.
That's my bad.
Understood.
Yeah.
What do you find? Where do you find that the line usually is?
Boy, that's why I said I can't think of any specific examples, but this is stuff I would do at like a family get together
Sure.
where I'm like killing essentially, you know? And then it'll be like just one just went a little bit too far. Everybody's like,
Yeah. That's not your fault. You were just comfortable around family.
yeah.
You know?
I remember the only time my mom's ever seen me do stand up was at a church picnic. And
It's a good booking for you.
yeah, I was doing 10 minutes, and it was very exciting for everyone at the Beaverdale Fall Festival inside of the Holy Trinity Gymnasium.
Oh, wow.
Where I went to grade school, even, you know.
Back at your own Catholic grade
That's
school
right.
doing 10 minutes.
And I had 10 minutes
circle.
ready to go, and I'm about to go on stage, and the lady goes, no poop jokes. And I was like, there goes 7 minutes.
I have to stretch this intro.
Because that was like right when I started too, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're really
I did
taking
about
me out of
5
the
minutes.
knees.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All
It went pretty well though.
the remaining 5 minutes was all pussy jokes.
I did Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man bit, and the kids loved that one. And then I still did a couple poop jokes, and I was like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to cut my pay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you did your time.
I did not. I did most of my time.
7 3/4.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's fun. A good bad gig in a church. That's exciting. That's the sort of stuff that gets me up in the morning. That's great.
Right. That was pretty exciting. It is also funny that that's the only time ever that my mom has seen me do stand up in 16 years.
Yeah.
17 years? I don't know.
Damn.
That sort of falls in line with, bringing mom to an open mic. That's kind of right. Like one of those shows that you're
Right.
like, let's just hit the next
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Get you on the
So we'll
flip
have
flop.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll drag her to the next No Sleep, maybe.
Yeah, I would love to see
Yeah.
Joellen in the crowd.
Get her a scooter. Roll her in.
Yeah. Front and center.
That's right.
VIP seating.
We have those nice booths along the wall. We can
Yeah.
get her up there.
They're tall as well. But they're step up, though. That might be tough.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Dragging you on the podcast.
Well, we'll figure out all those details later.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
know? Get her, get
This
her
is
in
the
door.
kind of logistic stuff that Shiloh usually
You got a
handles
lot
for
of
us.
notes there, buddy.
Yeah, you want me to hit the notes?
Hit him up.
It was, yeah,
All right,
let's move away from stand-up.
Yeah,
talk.
stand up sucks anyway. Honestly, I'm not even going to be mad about being drafted in the upcoming Civil War because sometimes it just feels nice to be thought of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's our fault.
Repeat it.
I'll do it again.
All right.
Honestly, I'm not even going to be mad about being drafted in the upcoming Civil War because sometimes it just feels nice to be thought
Oh,
of.
yeah, for sure.
That's
Me and my fellow millennial soldiers with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and vapes stuck in our helmets. That'll be nice. Without fail, every time I watch anything claiming to debunk something, by the end, it's never been more bunked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think it got rebunked.
Yeah. We talked about the sex cabin already. Oh, here's something. This is actually comedy related. Teehee's Comedy Club, no longer with us, at least currently. But I still have like the booking email and everything active, and I'm still receiving booking emails to this day. And I received this one just a couple days ago. Email address womanhater45@gmail.com.
Wow.
In the describe your event
that's
section.
an email right there.
Yeah. In the describe your event section, he says, "Hello, I'm a very powerful man. Answer wisely. I would like to book your venue. 400 men in the audience, 24 women. I will need a large sound system, larger than you have. I will pay for it. I need furniture prepared to handle immense tones of my voice. This is for a celebration of victory. Please respond. Please respond. Please respond promptly, my little pistachio.
Wow.
When is this show? And where is it?
Desired date, the near future. I'll be in touch." This is a very.
That's just pretty funny right there.
I would go to that show.
Yeah. Woman hater 45. You have my attention.
Yeah. Wow.
I have to imagine this is some amount of a joke, but I love the 400 men in the audience, 24 women. I'm like, does that mean they're also in the audience or just 25? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I will need a large. He's like negging me throughout it too. I will need a large sound system, larger than you have.
That's got to be somebody you know.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. Pretty fucking funny though.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you have the self-control to not respond to these? Because I would be responding to these for sure.
There's part of me, I guess, that, yeah, like, you know, the Heath Ledger Joker in me that's like, I should respond and see where this goes. Maybe I will. Yeah, it's hard to say. Part of me, yeah, I'm usually just fascinated by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this one seems to at least be bordering on someone being funny. Then again, hard to know.
Well, yeah, because based off some of the emails that you have to get, it's got to be a real fine line.
Yeah, because there really are people who are
What if he's 100% serious?
consider himself booked.
Right.
No, because you'll definitely get people who are, yeah, definitely on that line of like almost kind of strong arming you into trying to be booked, like where they're vaguely kind of threatening, like as to why it would be a big mistake if you didn't book me,
Okay.
like language sort of
Right.
like that. Yeah, definitely get a lot of those.
I'll be the best thing that ever happened to your stupid
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You'll be thanking me.
Pull you up out of the mud.
Yeah. I'm doing you a favor, pal. It's definitely a lot of that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Even from local people. You know, there's local comedians that have hit me with that kind of shit all the time. It's cool.
It's awesome.
It's a good vibe to have and to live with day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when Ian came and hung out with me a couple days ago at my place, I talked about this a little bit, but it kind of goes to the earlier thing I was saying of the people who go on stage objectively by every metric, the laugh-o-meter, all of it, do terrible, but come off stage. And I've watched at the club, people have, you know, a 0 out of 10 quality set and then go right to where I am and be like, what'd you think of that?
Yeah.
You know, raising their eyebrows
A
at me.
lovely lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, like truly like a shark-eyed level of like, I see the world the way it's my world and you're just living in
Yep.
it, pal.
The only move there, I will say, is to hang out like you're not trying to run out just long enough that you can run out. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to run out after a bombing because then
Right.
that really gives away that you bombed.
Yeah.
But you want to like hang out by the bar, maybe a little small talk, maybe a little fist bump, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then just back out to the bathroom or something and never return. Like maybe they'll forget I was here at
Leave in
all.
shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just hoping something worse happens that night.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. No, but I mean, yeah, stand up is a great place to realize there are varying degrees of self-awareness.
Truly.
And self-awareness is probably the most useful tool in being good at stand-up, I would say, generally.
I would like to apologize to you for sending those vaguely threatening emails to us.
Oh, man hater
Not,
45.
not Ian Pope at gmail.com.
Don't give out my email. Okay?
Yeah. But, I mean, not to name names, but that was like sort of what was happening with Craig Gass when we had like a big fallout. He was somebody where it appeared to, have some kind of following. I knew he had like some kind of credits, and I was vaguely aware of the guy, booked him, and then it was like email after email was taking, the benefit of email these days is that it's written there permanently. You know what I mean? So you can be like, this is the communique we had.
Right.
This was the deal. Like it's a record. So that can be taken to court and all these type of things. And so I would like give some information and then he would respond, but then like tweak different parts of it that was suddenly like more beneficial for him, as if I wouldn't notice it. And I'd be like, what are you doing? It just got really strange. And I ran into that type of vibe all the time of just like passive aggressive, I guess it might be a word for it or something, where they're not like cussing at you or being like yelling or anything like that, but they're just not so gently trying to like move this thing this way.
Right.
It's interesting.
Indeed.
Not fun. You run into some of these type of characters on your day-to-day beer runs? You got any kind of like passive aggressive bar owners who are always trying to give you the shaft, or is everyone always happy to see you?
No, they're certainly not always happy to see me. Bars are most people are electronic payment these days. The people that check in beer at grocery stores are generally always unhappy to see me.
Yeah.
Because they're like,
work time.
And we always have new stuff. And they're like,
a new SKU.
Yep, that's exactly right, buddy. And I don't know, but most people are pleasant for the most part. There's certainly people, if they are unpleasant, they are always unpleasant.
That's nice though.
Yeah.
That sort of becomes like an endearing thing.
There was
if you
one
do it
guy,
all the
I was
time.
like, I couldn't believe, I was like, how do you even have a job? You're the biggest asshole I've ever met in my entire life. Worked at I don't know, he was old, Price Chopper Ingersoll, and go, what a shithead that guy was. Yeah, just kidding. Job. But yeah, I just was like, wow, you are. And people would like warn you. They'd be like, he's like that to everybody. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Why is he the guy that checks in all the people that deliver stuff? He's the biggest fucking asshole on earth.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have them clean the grease traps instead.
There was a guy at a Hy-Vee one time. He's like, oh yeah. He said the sales rep's name. He's like, yeah, this guy told me you were a comedian. Because that's weird. Because you aren't funny at all. I said, yeah, not here. Yeah.
Not with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just trying to get this over with.
Yes,
Actually.
pretty much exactly what I said. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it was the last podcast I was delving in, or I was trying to dig for some interesting facts about Toll's habits and the collision of those with possibly Sarah's habits. You might
Yeah.
recall.
Yeah.
And in order to make the field fair, I decided to provide you with some of my weird habits
Okay.
that I thought of.
Yes.
I'm curious if anyone else does these.
Oh, this is exciting.
I almost always flush before I'm actually done pissing.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Like you like to piss into the flush?
Maybe that's why I never thought about that.
Are you trying to time the end of the flush with the
I
end of
think
the
so.
piss?
I think it's like that where I think I know it's going to be done. So I'm like, and then
that's
I hit it.
interesting.
And then I'll almost always have to, I'm ruining the environment. I have to do like 2 flushes a lot of the time.
That is weird.
Because I'm still running.
My weird thing is I always finish pissing and then bend down and take a sip.
Yeah. Take the straw out of my pocket. Put on some of those straw glasses and go to town.
Yes. Do a little French shower, you know? Sorry. Yeah.
Normal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that's something I've done basically my whole life.
That is interesting. I bet it started off as like a competition with yourself
Yeah.
almost.
A
To
childlike race.
Match, like match the flush. How
I-
far through the piss? When you feel like you're about to be done, or like
I think so, because it's something. After the last podcast, I was like, you know what? I should come clean and try to reveal some things about myself, because I haven't done that enough on this podcast.
yeah, no, absolutely.
And so I tried to pay attention to little things where I'm like, oh yeah, that is kind of strange. Where I also almost never lift if it's my place. I almost never lift the seat when I piss.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of get up on it and try to go down in there.
Yeah, I'm
you-
just like it's just a slightly bigger hole, but like
Yeah,
ultimately,
sure.
I'm not
There's
pissing
no-
all over the seat.
And you would think this seat would help kind of keep some splashes in there.
Yeah,
There you go. I grew up with sisters, so I'm a pretty good seat boy. But now with the baby, it's important that I put the lid down also.
Yeah.
And I was not great about that for a while.
yeah. I almost never put the lid down. Now that I think about it, but the seat thing, it was more for me. I'm like, I never. Like I was afraid I was going to forget to put it back down because I hear the horror stories of people
Falling in.
Yeah, falling
Yeah.
in. So I was
Yeah.
just like, two birds with one stone. I'm a great piss shot. I'm not going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if there is some, clean it up.
Right.
Yeah.
You're playing chess out here.
Yeah. 4D, you know, kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But that was one of my weird habits.
I don't think that's too weird. I think that's smart, actually.
Especially if you live by yourself.
Right.
Yeah, the seat thing I don't think is so much weird, but I guess it's deemed probably inappropriate, depending on who you talk to. The flushing before the piss is ending is that's a true malady of mine.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I love I hate shitting in public, but I love not pissing in a toilet. I love it.
Okay, yeah.
It's fun. Like,
Yeah.
Like
I like
peeing
pissing in my
outside?
backyard.
Yeah.
I like pissing off the stoop at my old house.
Yeah. A
I would
good
just stand
outdoors
out
piss
there,
under
like,
the stars.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Feels better. I mean, it makes sense that
Like
it would.
liberating.
Yeah, because it's like up until whenever indoor plumbing was readily available, of course you would go outside to use the bathroom. You're not pissing in the log cabin or whatever.
And even if you happen to live in a barn, for example,
There you go.
you may need to piss outside.
But were you born in a barn? No, but I do live in one.
Yes, I am subleasing a barn.
These are exciting.
Yeah. I had a dream that I let my sister move into my place. And when I came home from the first night of her living with me, she had completely rearranged my entire place. And I was so mad that I actually like woke up like mad and was like
Wow.
stomping around my place being like,
Where's the couch?
yeah, everything was still, but it's like,
You do have your own personal feng shui going on. Where
Yes.
you like things
Right.
where you put them.
I think it was a deep seated, nothing to do with my sister. I don't think. I think she just happened to be the character,
the one in the-
avatar in the dream, as it were. But I think it absolutely comes from like my control of like
Yeah.
my play. It's like the one thing, you know,
Yeah.
because we were even talking about that. Ian has many niños,
Sure.
many children.
Yes.
It's a little
And-
Spanish for you right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Niños,
Yes.
bien.
Spanish for the niños.
Yeah.
But like if I was a parent, even just with pets, the times I've had it, it's like hard to keep up with like keeping the floor clean or this or that. But you said, so I even wrote it down in my notes. You said something that really stuck with me. You said the dishes are never really done.
Oh, yeah. This is actually one of my life philosophies. Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Just being like, because that's something I do struggle with at times is just feeling like no matter what I like, there's always going to be another load of like, I can never actually be caught up or be done with it.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process. You are the dishes.
Well, that's the
Right.
same. I mean, it's like making the bed. What the hell is that for?
Right.
What are we doing this for?
Yeah.
But something about getting into a slightly made bed is a little bit better.
It's a little nice.
Yeah.
It is
I
a
will
little
literally,
nice.
that's something, okay, that's another maybe weird habit of mine. I almost never make the bed when I first wake up, not throughout the day, but I almost always make it right before I go to bed, and then I get in the bed and then go
Oh.
to sleep.
Wow.
I can see
Because of that feeling,
Yeah.
though. It's like you get in.
It's ready for you.
oh, it's ready.
It's refreshed.
It's
How
not,
they do
it's not
the
ready
beds
for me.
in like a it's all tucked in.
Yeah,
on
the
sides,
sheets tucked
which
in.
obviously
Yeah.
sucks, but it's fun to get in that and mess it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And loosen it up. That's a fun process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fixing
Your
them
legs
up.
out, yeah.
Let me
settling
weasel
in.
my way in here.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A really tight sheet.
Right.
Oof.
When I was a kid, I loved that.
Just
I
being
loved
all-
and I loved the cheap, like almost velour kind of blankets hotels always had.
Yeah.
Loved them.
I mean, my bed is officially like a hotel mimicking bed because I got like the white comforter and everything.
Yeah.
Because there's something about that feeling of just like, yeah, it's all been prepared just for you, buddy.
Yep.
And now I'm going to desecrate it.
Yes.
Well,
sir.
you do have a very specific thing, going back to the feng shui, a very specific order that you have things laid out. You like things in order. So that is clear that that sort of dream would drive you crazy.
Yeah, and maybe it was spawned from our very conversation because I think the dream was after that conversation. So maybe that's what it was. Because these are the little things when it comes to like wanting to have a little Nino of my own someday. Is I'm like, I'm worried that I'm going to get like truly bothered and upset at a child because of these things that are like my own weird, proclivities or whatever.
Right.
But
I think it'll be a
You
good
might,
chance to
but
like
that's-
grow and evolve. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because
I'm
like
not so much interested in that either. No, of course it would.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff I'm scared of like,
sure.
I think in my head, it's like, I want to be like a good, or probably more in my head, like the perfect dad, not even like a good one or something. Cause that's some probably type of perfectionism thing in and of itself.
well, then you're fucked. So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would just, I'm worried about bringing my baggage into it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wonder if it's one of those things where if you're worried about it, that's maybe a
If you're
good
thinking
sign.
about it,
You're aware, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm going to
They
choose.
say,
to think about it.
I don't know if you heard, but that dads now, essentially our generation,
Yeah.
and I know that you're in this category for sure, spend on average 3 times more time with their kids than dads from the previous generation.
for sure.
And I'm like, what a bunch of fucking bullshit this is.
Right.
Just kidding. I love it.
There was no such thing as playing with your kid, like maybe catch,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
That was it,
Yeah.
man.
Nothing else.
And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, can you kids do anything by yourselves?
They cannot.
Like, can you do something maybe on your own?
If you
No.
look away from a modern child,
Yeah.
it's a problem. And I think this may end up sort of how they study, previous parenting
Yeah.
generations. Like we're going to have an impact on the next generation. And this will be one of the things that they study.
Yeah.
They'll look at kind of like the pros and the cons of this.
Yeah. We
And
fucked them up by paying too much attention.
Right. And so what is that
yes,
going to
yeah.
manifest itself as? I don't
Yeah.
know.
The pendulum swings
But it
yet again.
does.
Right. I said this on the podcast once, but like essentially like thinking about my kids and how they're going to have like this, at least so far, like a nice life with parents that aren't mean and don't yell at, and like, nothing tragic has happened so far. And I'm like, is that going to make them fucking lame? And then I'm like, what am I asking? Am I asking for something terrible to happen in my children's lives so that they're cooler?
Yeah.
No.
You want them to have,
Yeah.
To make them artistic.
Yeah.
right. At least a fun backstory.
Yeah.
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 Like they'll have
Life
my
will
dad was a
likely-
real fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Life will likely have trials and tribulations for them regardless.
And where AJ likes things in their place, like
Mm-hmm.
at my old place, if I woke up and the fridge was in the living room, I would go out to the kitchen and be like, "Where's the fucking fridge?" Because I wouldn't have noticed it in the living room.
Sure. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
Or I noticed one blade of grass is different.
Yeah.
Right.
One leaf on my ficus tree is a little different.
Right.
I'm
And
like,
you might just leave it there. Like, I guess we're
I
doing this
probably
now.
would. Yeah.
yeah.
Look at all this newfound room in my
That's
kitchen.
what there used to be. My buddy, like my house versus my friend Nate's house, who also listens to the podcast. Shout out to Nate.
Big Nate.
But he was talking about like this thing happened to his house and he had to get it fixed. Whereas if something happened to my house, it's like, oh, this is how my house is now.
Right.
Sure. Right.
Check. Yeah.
We're on this journey together. In my
Yes,
house, I'm
yes,
falling apart,
yes.
the house is falling.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot like having toddlers around. This is just how my house is now.
Wow.
And it's-
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I think like what you said, I mean, enough so that I literally wrote it down and like remembered it in my head because it felt so poignant to me because it was like things I was feeling of like the frustration, I guess, of wanting, even Shiloh and I were talking about this not long ago, of like there's some desire in me that wants things to like stand still for a second, like be static, like even in those tasks where it's like just that for some some way the dishes wouldn't populate, but I would still be eating and something like
Right.
that. But it's ultimately asking an impossible thing of the world. It's just not how.
No, yeah.
If you wear a shirt, it's going to get dirty, it has to get washed, whatever.
Right.
But there's like a completionist in me or something that's,
Yeah.
you know.
You can mentally remove the finish line, and then you're no longer in this race at all. You know.
Yes. It's not something to be finished. It's like it's a process that's a part of your life. You always be doing dishes.
And then
You always had dishes.
Yeah. It's. I mean, you're gonna be doing them anyway, so you might as well try to fuck yourself into enjoying it. And so I actually do enjoy it like now, because it's just like, I don't know, because there is no finishing it. Like I just want to enjoy things, and so it's like you can also just like trick yourself very easily. Like I think that people underestimate their ability to manipulate their own brain into living in the moment that they want to live in, or that there is like the most healthiest for their brain.
Yeah.
Or something, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
I completely changed my personality my freshman year of college. I was like, you're going to do that. I was sitting outside the dorms and I was like shy and scared. And I was like, I'm introducing myself to every single person that walks through these doors.
Yeah.
And that is what
Joel
I did.
McGrain.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And then I was like a different man for about 2 years.
Wow.
And it changed me permanently, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
That's great though. You had a fresh start and you took advantage of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
You were new
That's
in
how
town.
I felt. I was like, you have to do something, because I was like, and then once I introduced myself to a couple people, it was easier for every person.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then you throw 10, 20 Keystone Lights in the
Hey,
mix.
later that night, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You're a man
it
about
was awesome.
town.
Yeah.
That's right.
In those early days of college, before you're buying expired alcohol, when you still have hope in your eyes.
That's right.
Well, even what we were just talking about reminds me of someone had said that happiness is a choice, in that it's like an actionable item that you have to like enact every day, just like you choose to not huff airplane glue every day or whatever else. You also can make an active choice to like thinking of life differently if you so choose. It might take like a lot of reverse engineering and like looking back through it. But in therapy, that's what a lot of it has been for me, is basically saying shit that's in my brain out loud, realizing how nuts it sounds because someone else is in the room with me who's a licensed professional. And I'm like, damn, I think that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like just encounter or confronting it.
Or
almost.
just, they say, just smiling, which I try to do. Something like if you just, yeah.
And I know that this is like an oversimplification to it, like doesn't take into account like brain chemistry and all sorts
right,
of things
right.
that are
Of
beyond,
course, yeah.
you know, all that sort of stuff. So there are levels to it for sure. But
Yeah, I definitely don't want to minimize anything.
that was my disclaimer for us right there.
Yeah, no. I
For all those brain damaged weirdos out
yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, I'm one of them. I'm
Yeah, me
medicated. You know,
I should be.
I've been in that militia for quite some time. But I think at least for me, it was an eye-opening thought of just being. I guess my expectation was always that it would just be this overwhelming feeling of like happiness and joy that would overtake me, versus me like, I guess I don't even choosing is the right word, but whatever, like having a bit of an option to focus differently, think, or try to find a way to think differently about my life in and out of every day.
Yeah.
Right. I remember thinking that not drinking, or at least cutting back 99.99%, you know, where I was like, oh, this is going to be life changing. Like, I'm going to be happy now. I'm going to figure all my shit out. And then it turns out you're just not drinking. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, you are happier, but it's also like, you think like, oh, this didn't really fix any of the issues.
Yeah.
It just took one away.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like happiness is like a pursuit almost,
Right.
or something. Like you should be like looking for the things that lead you that way.
We're also not, you're not supposed to be happy all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's a misconception.
You have to
where-
ride the roller
Yeah,
coaster
yeah.
and just know that when that's like the worst thing about when like things are like going great, whatever it is. And I'm like, yay, but like, oh shit, I'm on top of the roller coaster right now.
It's about to
And then
take
I
a
got to
big
remember
shit.
that when I'm at the bottom of the roller coaster and be like, okay, well, this is the temporary because this
We're
is
heading
actually
back
good
up.
because some good shit's coming. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And it would be kind of strange if it was all just like single note, like,
Yes.
just one note the whole time of just,
This is
all-
also
you-
ties in. Sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
Ties into my theory about pain and pleasure. So your body is right here. So this all goes back to like one time I broke like 3 ribs and it was immense pain and it felt like an out of body experience. It felt like, it felt psychedelic. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was incredible. And so it's like, I traveled far from my body into space to access that pain. And so it's just like if it was a spectrum and like pleasure is also out there in the same distances, whichever direction. There is no direction, but it's just a
Right,
distance
right.
from you.
Yeah.
And so those things are the exact same. And why would you not want to try to have as much experience as you can? So
Yeah.
like in the moment that was like crazy awful.
yeah.
But I'm so like thankful that I know what it feels like and
Yeah.
that it happened. Like it turned into like a really cool thing.
Well, and truly pleasure and pain because presumably you broke your ribs trying to suck your own penis.
I broke
ultimate-
I broke them on purpose
Pleasure
because
and
I knew
pain.
I had to do so in order to.
The ultimate pleasure.
It was calculated and it was worth it.
Yeah. No, I think it's totally true of like wanting to actually live in the feelings. Like when Dave was like initially going through everything, it was super overwhelming and I was like dissociating a ton, which is a lot of like the issues I have with my anxiety and why I'm medicated and all these other things, right? And at some point along the road, I was like, I have to be present in it.
Yeah.
Like it's not doing me any favors trying to be everywhere else. Like I'm just gonna have to deal with this worse later or whatever it's gonna be. I'm like payday loaning my feelings right now, and it was not doing me any favors. So I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's the thing about stopping boozing though, is because all of a sudden like you're like feeling things and you're thinking things. Like falling asleep drunk was such a piece of cake. You
Nothing
fill up
better.
your little belly, you put a smile on your face and you just lay right down and it's lights out, or maybe, maybe you spin a little bit or you're, whatever, but it's usually just lights out and it's awesome. Then you wake up and you got to deal with that. But falling asleep just sober I still struggle with this. It's just like sometimes your little brain is like, it's not time to sleep yet, fucker. It's like, it's like, why do we think about death for a while? That sort of thing.
I fall asleep like a champ these days.
You do?
It was really hard at first. And I think I had nightmares just like consistently for when I stopped. First, I'd get them so bad right when I quit. And then it would last like the first year of not drinking was like, oh, I just have nothing but nightmare, like stress dream nightmares all the time.
Damn.
And now I don't really have those. And I also stay up way too late. So by the time I go to bed, I need to fucking go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I will sit there and watch TV like this.
That's a great dad move, by
Yeah,
the way. That's
yeah.
like all-time dad move.
yeah.
Mount Rushmore of dad moves.
The lazy
Just
boy.
fucking, falling down. Yeah. But I'm just like, I got to get my time in, Then I don't get enough sleep, but I do have no problem falling asleep these days. And
That's good news.
It is nice. Yeah.
That's great news.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of ground tonight.
We did. I want to hear a couple more of those things if you got some.
You know which brilliant philosopher had the dumbest name?
Who?
Plato. That's not bad.
I like it.
A lot of talk of the kink community these days. My kink is positive reinforcement.
Oh,
Nothing turns me on than someone.
you're doing great.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll do this for the rest of my life if you tell me that.
Yeah.
I am easily duped. In that
I thought these were going to be things you're weird about.
Oh, but yeah, my bad. I'll keep working. I'll make that a recurring segment. Now these are just random ideas. People already got their pumps out for Halloween. I don't know if you saw that. All the pumpkins out.
Oh, they're pumps. Yeah, I was
got
like,
them
what?
pumps out.
They're pumps.
Yeah.
The kids already have their Halloween costumes. I was like, you might change your mind. Sarah's on top of things like that, but I'm also like, this is almost, we bought these at the beginning of September. I don't even know if it was September yet. It was like the day Spirit Halloween opened. And I was like, this seems
I've never
premature.
seen a Spirit Halloween that's not just been ravaged, to the core.
Yeah, we were there.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the day of Halloween.
Yeah.
This year I'm really gonna try to bring a good costume. I've had a couple of decent ones the last couple of years, but this year I'm coming guns blazing.
Nice. I might thin the mustache, dye it black, and do a Gomez Adams.
Ooh. That'd be nice.
I was waiting to see what shape your mustache was about to take. I was nervous.
Thin it out, dye it black.
Thin it out, dye it black, and be the Fuhrer!
Dye it black. Cut this.
Yeah. I'm Michael Jordan. What the hell?
During the point that you were describing that, I was slowly sitting up the whole time. Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Well,
That's
your
funny.
Fury yell was convincing. I will say that.
Yeah.
Terrible. Wouldn't be a good time for that, Ian.
Nope.
No, sir.
Not the year for that joke.
Nope.
No, sir. I do have a little homework assignment for people if they're interested.
All right.
If they're looking for extra podcast credit. Go home, smoke an amount of weed that makes you feel uncomfortable. Not a lot, but a bit. And then throw on the album Fever Ray by the band Fever Ray and just ride it out. Let me know what you think by the end of that. I did that kind of on accident a couple days ago, and it was intense.
What kind? I've never heard of Fever Ray.
It's one of the two people that were in the band called The Knife that had some good songs. And Fever Ray that album came out, I think like in 2010 or 11. And it was really interesting then when it came out, critically lauded. It wasn't like a big Chapel Roan level album or anything, but it's just I don't know if I've ever heard anything quite like it. The thing closest would be like Trent Reznor's work.
Okay.
Where it's like really atmospheric and textural, and it's a really good album just to listen to, period, but under the influence of anything sort of psychotropic.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Currently on podcasts and K-pop Demon Hunters is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I loved it.
My one of my daughters was requesting Tate McRae on the drive home today, and I wasn't on board with that at all. So I've started relentlessly calling her Tater Tot Casserole McRae. I'm trying to defeat her, take the fight to her a little bit. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
Got to fight them on their front.
Yeah, her name's not Tater Tot. That's what they were yelling at me.
You don't get a dad.
Yeah.
Tate McRae. She's a great dancer. She is.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where she started.
Wow.
She's a very attractive lady.
Well,
Anytime I see a personal life section on the Wikipedia article, first thing I click, by the way.
Oh,
Are you Wikipedia heads?
No.
Oh.
I do that for these towns. What are you talking about? Like in the
So
in
like
the tabs?
like in Wikipedia it has like the different tabs, right? Where it'll be like biography,
History.
career, whatever. There's a lot of them have a personal life tab, and that's where it's like it'll talk about their personal life. Yeah. And it just I guess I'm nosy.
Like who they're dating and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
for
I
whatever
never look
reason-
up people. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think I just wind up looking up people a lot because it'll be like, oh, this director or something that I like.
Oh, yeah. I do that constantly.
Yeah. And then I'm starting to
Wikipedia.
look at it. And then their personal life is always, it's not always like bad things or anything like that, but it's always stuff where I'm like, I would hate to have this section if I had a Wikipedia.
Right.
You know?
You'd be on there always editing your own Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Huge dick.
Yeah. See, these are not so much jokes, just kind of thoughts. I really turned my back on DoorDash, considering all it did for me.
I mean, and all it didn't do for you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But I really used a lot of DoorDash for a couple of years. Wow. I think at least a couple grand like each year, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like in those pandemic years.
$20 Ben and Jerry's is tasting pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just about all the shit I have on here.
That's all right. We got to get the hell out
Yeah,
of here.
we've done a lot of time.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Plugs, Fun Ian on YouTube. I don't know if you want that out there.
Oh, go to the Instagram _fun Ian. Yeah.
Go to
Underscore
Wikipedia,
Fun
look
Ian.
up personal life.
Yeah. Check out Ian's
Make me a
personal life.
Wikipedia.
Also, I don't know if this is still active, comedianpope.com.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the website. You
Yeah,
can go there
nice.
and you can. That's pretty much all you can do there.
If you
Just
want to
go
book
there.
Ian for a show, perhaps.
There was TollMcGrain.com for quite a while,
Yeah.
and I didn't, and there was one video of me. That was it. Pretty
Simple.
Cool. My buddy
Avant-garde.
Yeah.
did that. Yeah.
There's a little splash page.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. Check it out. Black Cat ice cream. You love it. You know it.
They had K-pop Demon Hunter flavors. They're probably gone by now.
You got any word on that? Are they gone, Shyla?
I do not know.
Shyla doesn't know.
Probably are. Alex is gone.
That's true. And last but most importantly, Venmo at Tobelcop.
Ding,
All right, folks.
ding, 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 ding. That's my Venmo going
Yeah.
off. I don't know.
We're only
Yeah.
10 grand short of 10 grand. So let's make it happen, people.
We need to get ourselves a wife. You know?
Right.
Oh, Sarah's gonna hear me and be like, "You got one, you son of a bitch." I'll be like, "Oh shit."
Well, if you act fast, you can probably get some sort of a package deal with this other individual.
go.
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
2 for 1
Yeah.
special.
Save money on shipping or something. Yeah. Ian Pope. I looked back. It had been since episode 10 was the last time you
Wow.
were with us.
Wow.
So
Good having
long
you back.
overdue.
Yeah, I'm happy. Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks for. That was
It's always
fun.
fun, freewheeling, introspective conversation. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for having me. You did a great job. Praise Kink. You did great.
Yeah. Well done.
Appreciate that.
He's right. Yeah.
Or don't zoom in, Shyla. Thank you, Shyla, our executive producer. Pretty good work tonight.
I was like, why the hell isn't Ian telling me I did a great job?
Yeah.
Because
Once you get a taste for the king.
I think I have that one too.
Yeah.
you did a great job too, Toll.
Turns me on. Yeah. Thank you, Shyla. Did great. Turd talk. Little,
Yeah.
whatever.
There was I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
We got it over with right at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Maybe that's the move. We get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, No Sleep the podcast. I've been AJ Simmons.
Ooh, and I've been Toll McGrain.
I've been Ian Pope.
All right. Goodbye, folks. Thank
Bye.
you.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.